I am 20 years old and have been in the customer service industry for over a decade. Up until I graduated high school, I had already worked for my mom at a farmer's market every summer for 6 years, worked as a hostess for a year, and worked at a McDonald's another year. I really suffer from FOMO, which if you don't know is the fear of missing out. So once I left McDonald's hoping for something new, watching my best friends leave for college took a toll on me. I never really thought about going to college. I didn't feel like I had a special calling, and I didn't have the money to go. I think many people decide to go to college from the fear of missing out too, and while it's not the case for a more significant percentage of people my age, it seemed like a mistake I wasn't ready to make. So I stayed home, hoping a good job would find its way to me. I wish I could say I felt like I was winning life, not needing to go to school and worry about tests and professors, but college is probably a great experience for some people, and 9 to 5 suck. I've had many other jobs hoping something would call out to me and tell me, you were meant for this, but none of them ever did. All of these jobs had 2 things in common. 1, that I needed them to make a living. 2, that managers and bosses defined my work experience for me. See, work was never the problem. I can handle an angry customer or waking up at 5 a.m., but it seemed like every job I had made me less hopeful for my future. I would wake up every single day with anxiety about how I would be treated. I found routine in being burnt out and depressed because none of what I was doing was an investment in myself. Even my days off were just a placeholder to distract myself from what the next day might bring. I believe employers today don't feel the need or want to nurture their employees' passions or skills, and instead intend to underpay and undervalue their efforts to keep them working for them as long as possible. I want to channel what I dislike about working for someone into something I can build for myself, and somehow I found my passion in the simplest of things: coffee. Being a barista was the best thing that ever happened to me. Just by making a cup of coffee, I've learned my thinnest breaking points, I made some of my closest friends, and I've learned the ins and outs of a successful coffee shop. The highs of customer service are truly heartwarming, and in every instance of all of my jobs over the years, I only strive to make every person I served smile, so that's just what I'm gonna do. This is my philosophy, that you can come into my coffee shop, have spectacular service from people just as inspired and passionate as I am, and leave with the best coffee in town. Most importantly, I want to create an environment where my employees never wake up worried about the environment they will work in every day. I want them to feel just as invested as I do, so they can give input and let their creativity thrive. When you let somebody feel just as equal in a team, you are telling them that their ideas, their skills, their personality are valuable to you. When they feel valued, you've hired a team that will not only make each other happy, but your customers and your community. That is the key to a successful business. I've signed a lease for what I think is the perfect place for a coffee shop. I'm using all the money I've saved from all of my jobs and putting them into this. I want to film the process and maybe inspire somebody along the way to take their passion or their anger or their stress or their skills from the 9 to 5 and channel it into something they can make for themselves, maybe even your own coffee shop. This is the biggest step I've ever taken in my life, and if I'm honest, I'm scared. But I never want to work for someone else ever again, and that reason alone makes me so excited for the future.